Extinction Ascended is supposed to drop in a couple of days. Before you get your hopes up, remember, it's Ark, so it'll most likely be delayed in some way. But whether or not it gets delayed, this will be the biggest DLC ASA has had yet, literally. There's a massive amount of game-changing content coming with this new DLC, from new OP dinos to new mechanics to thousands of elements. So, without further ado, let's get into all the returning content for Ark Extinction Ascended. Let's start with the map. The Extinction map is unique in that it will be the first DLC for ASA to not take place on an Ark, but on Earth itself. The Earth has been taken over by element corruption and is up to us to stop it. Most people will normally spawn in the Sanctuary, which is supposed to be the last safe haven left. The Sanctuary is the ruins of one of the last cities left on Earth. Venturing out into the wasteland, you can see how barren the landscape is. Filled with corrupted dinos that want to tear you apart, the wasteland is not the safest place to venture unprepared. While on the surface it may just seem like a plain old map, there are actually a lot of biomes to explore and traverse, from sulfur fields to prototype arcs to artifact caves. This map has something for everybody. Scattered along the wasteland, you may find element veins or orbital supply drops. Defending them against waves of corrupted dinos will reward you with up to thousands of element or some of the best loot in the game, respectively. Now, onto the returning DLC creatures. The Snow Owl, with its ability to freeze both enemies and allies alike while healing them at the same time. The Managarmer, who with its blinding speed and freezing cold ice breath is one of the most useful tames in the game, using its ice breath to freeze targets solid. The Gotcha, who will happily accept anything you drop to it and give you precious resources and loot in return. The Velonosaur, with its sharp quills that make it essentially a living turret. These guys are some of the best base defenders / tank killers in the game. There's the Gas Bags, with its high carry weight and ability to suck in oxygen, float away like a hot air balloon, is the perfect pack animal for this map. There are also the untamable defense units that will attack you on sight scattered around the Sanctuary. Now on to some of the craftable tames. The Teleporting Enforcer, who does bonus damage against corrupted dinos. The Handy Scout, who is a helpful drone to help you survey and target dinos in the area. And the Titan Fighting Mech. The mech has 3 separate attachments that can be equipped, all given to different abilities. The MDSM, which deploys a force field that blocks incoming projectiles and gives an armor buff to all allies inside. The MRLM, which launches a barrage of rockets to deal with swarms of hostiles. And the MSCM, which fires one extremely powerful rocket that greatly helps with taming titans. There is also the MOMI, which is only activatable in the Alpha King Titan fight. More on that later. There is also the possibility of Tech Dinos making a return since they last came out with this expansion on ASE. Tech Dinos are special in that they can spawn at a max level of 180 rather than the normal 150. They can also be harvested for oil, scrap metal, crystal, and electronics. Tech variants are not the only variants that spawn in Extinction, however. The Corrupted are a hive mind of element zombified dinos that are not tameable. They are extremely aggressive and will sometimes even materialize out of thin air just to attack you in the wasteland. They spawn in waves to destroy the previously mentioned element veins and orbital supply drops, with the hardest difficulties of each spawning incredibly high level alpha enraged dinos. These are some of the best forms of XP in the game, so be sure to try and kill as many as you can to level up. These dinos can also be harvested for corrupt nodules, which is basically organic polymer. Now onto the big boys of the map, the Titans. There are 4, technically 5 Titans, but only 3 are tameable. The Desert Titan, which can summon a flock of hard-hitting minions and lightning from the sky to dispatch its enemies. The Forest Titan, who can extend its vine-like arms to grab dinos and slam them down with tremendous force. It can even grab Brontos. If taking too much damage, it can go into its defensive stance to take heavily reduced damage. The Ice Titan uses its ice breath to freeze targets solid. It can also dispatch enemies by leaping on them, crushing them with its weight, or by firing a massive ice ball. The other 2 are the King Titan, which is the strongest Titan who controls the entire corrupted hive mind, and the Alpha King Titan, which is an even stronger version of the King Titan. Luckily, if you have the MOMI mech attachment, you can use it to fuse 4 mechs together to form the Mega Mech, a giant piloted mech that's sole purpose is to take down the Alpha King Titan Pacific Rim style. Extinction also adds a few more craftable items and weapons as well. The Dino Leash, which keeps your dinos from leaving a designated area. It can be either solar powered by the generator, or with batteries, with differing ranges. There's also the Taxidermy Tool and Taxidermy Base, which comes in large, medium, and small varieties. It can be used to take dermis from one of your tames or a dead dino and display it in your base for decoration. The dermis can then be put in a few different poses to spice up your base. The Tech Bridge, which creates an element bridge that can be turned on and off at will to deny or allow passage. The Gravity Grenades, which have 2 modes, the Suck-In mode, which draws everything in, and the Expel mode, which launches everything far away. There's the Tech Sword, which is every melee Bob's dream. This element-powered sword can cut through any material and also gives the holder the ability to do a jump attack that does massive damage if it connects. And last but not least, the delivery crate, which allows you to deposit items in and ship them away to your base or wherever else you may please. Be careful though, as it can be shot down but can also be used as a transport system for yourself if things go south. And that is everything returning to Extinction, but that was just the surface level. Be sure to stay tuned after Extinction drops for more in-depth guides about everything Extinction. Be sure to let me know if I missed anything down below in the comments. Thank you all for watching. This is Almighty Foil, signing off.